Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, Half and J family. Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yes.
It's your boy Half.
And your girl Jay.
And we back
with another reaction video.
All right, y'all. So we back once again.
Yes, we are.
Back in the building.
Yes.
With some more reactions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let them know who we react to today.
We are reacting to Biden. I don't consider any Trump supporter a threat.
He out there talking that Shiite, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? He out there talking that Shiite, isn't it? But let's see what Biden talk about, man. But before we jump into it, we'll get right into it, though. Right into it like you diving into a pool. Right into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes.
And comment down below, baby. Come and join the squad, man. Half and J. We over here kicking off what? Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. I was gonna do another one, huh? They did too. They're probably like, I'm glad you did it. Damn.
Chris Eliza, he was also asked today, as he was trying to draw that distinction last night, saying that all Republicans are not MAGA Republicans, as he's described it. Today he was asked by a reporter if he considered all Trump supporters to be a threat to democracy. This is how he answered.
I don't consider any Trump supporter to be a threat to the country. I do think anyone who calls for the use of violence, fails to condemn violence against Jews, refuses to acknowledge an election has been won, insists upon changing the way in which the rules count votes. That is a threat to democracy.
Chris, what'd you make of that?
It seems to me a little bit of a distinction without a difference there. I think what he doesn't want to say, because he's Joe Biden at heart, right? This is a guy who did run as sort of the unifier, the guy who's going to bring the country back together. I think he doesn't want to say that any American is a threat to the country. At the same time, lots and lots of people who identify as Trump supporters have said and have run on the idea that the 2020 election was not fairly conducted. So he's saying they're a threat to democracy if they believe that, but they're not a threat to the country. That's a hard distinction to draw. What I would say is the speech last night, Caitlin, was 68 days before the election, right? That's a political speech. I think it was done on purpose by Joe Biden and his aides to set a standard by which he was going to campaign on. I think the question he got today, a little bit more off the cuff, probably a little bit closer to the sort of who Joe Biden inherently is, which is he doesn't want to vilify, but the nature of campaigns is to draw those distinctions, and my guess is you're going to hear more of the rhetoric we heard last night from both Biden as well as Democratic candidates between now and November 8th.
Yeah, I mean, do you think this is part of this larger effort by President Biden to basically frame a vote in November for Republicans, for certainly the ones who style themselves after former President Trump, as a vote for extremism?
Absolutely. I think that President Biden's been clear that he's raising the stakes of this election, that it's not about disagreements over tax or climate or health policy. And he said this in the speech last night, that it's about the future of the country, about whether Americans want to continue forward with a democratic system of governing or whether, the country is going to move backwards. So I think he's been very clear in what he views as the stakes of November's midterm elections. And I do think it's important to note that he noted this in the speech, that there are a number of Republican candidates who have won primaries this year who have said that they would be willing to change election laws and still don't accept the result of the 2020 election, including the Republican candidate for Pennsylvania governor, Doug Mastriano, which is where, of course, Biden was delivering the speech last night.
Yeah, you couldn't ignore where he was, Chris. Of course, he's in Pennsylvania. He has been there several times already. He's going back there on Monday. But also tomorrow, former President Trump is going to Pennsylvania to campaign as well. He's got several candidates there that he's endorsed. So what do you make of the idea that Biden was arguing last night that this isn't really a referendum on his presidency come November? You know, they've struggled with low approval numbers, high inflation that we were just talking about. But he seemed to be framing it as this idea of normal versus not normal.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no question, Caitlin, that the improvement in Democratic prospects, and I don't think Democrats are still favored to keep the House and Senate. I still would say Republicans are probably slightly favored in both. But the improvement in Democratic prospects has come with Joe Biden's recession a little bit in terms of not being in the news for all these negative stories about gas prices and inflation, and who coming into the fore more and more and more? Donald Trump, the Mar-a-Lago search, what he said about it, what has come out about it. So the more that it's a choice between Joe Biden and what Joe Biden represents to the average swing voter and Donald Trump and what Donald Trump represents to the average swing voter, the better in Biden's mind for Democrats. And I think if you gave a Republican strategist truth serum, they would be perfectly happy if Donald Trump didn't say, or I was going to say tweet, but I don't know, truth social, something between now and the election. They would be perfectly happy if Donald Trump campaigned for candidates, that's fine, but if he sort of stayed as low profile as Donald Trump could stay, because they want the focus still to be on Joe Biden. There is still questions about Joe Biden's handling of the economy. Yes, those questions have gotten a little bit better for Joe Biden of late, but there are still questions about that. His handling of foreign policy. There's plenty of questions and historical arguments that suggest this shouldn't be a good election for Democrats. The counter to that is that we have a former president who is more high profile in ways we have never seen before and continues to be so. And that's the thing that Republican strategists I talked to, that's what worries them. We've never had a person like Donald Trump looming out in a midterm election like Donald Trump is looming. That's what Joe Biden's
you know, once again, they're not used to having a president like Trump was. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't your average president. It's kind of like when Allen Iverson came into the league, NBA. You know, if anybody out there who's an NBA fan that followed the NBA and stuff like that, it's like when he came into the league, he was different. You know what I'm saying? He wore the cornrows in his hair and the big baggy clothes, and you know what I'm saying? He was like the thug of the league. You feel what I'm saying? But after a while, people started liking him. Because they got to know who he was as a person, not just the image that he puts out there.
Right.
You know, and he spoke his mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what Donald Trump is. He's like an Allen Iverson of the presidency. You know what I'm saying? Like he came in with his own swag. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go by the book like all other presidents did prior to him. You know what I mean? Like he went against the grain in some things. So, you know, I mean, a lot of people don't agree with some things that he did, but I think that's what made him so unique and different from everybody else is because he didn't come in following the book. You know what I mean? And he just stirred things up a little bit.
Right.
You know? So
looming out in a midterm election like Donald Trump is looming, that's what Joe Biden's sort of latching onto.
Well, yes, I guess that's the natural next question then. You know, Trump is in Pennsylvania tomorrow. He's endorsed a lot of these candidates that, you know, he boosted them in the primary, but now it's struggling to translate that momentum into general election votes. And certainly judging by the poll numbers right now, for people like Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania, who, you know, had kind of wrapped himself in Trump during the primary, but now that he has secured the nomination and he's going ahead in this general election, you know, he's not as closely hugging Trump as he was previously.
I think that's right, and I think Chris made a great point, which is that Republicans are stuck in this position now where they have to talk about President Trump because of his growing legal problems and the investigation by the Department of Justice. They're trying to put many Republicans are trying to put some distance between themselves and Trump because they're having trouble defending, you know, his possession of classified documents, which of course has looked increasingly serious over time. So they're getting distracted talking about the former president instead of talking about the current president and his record. And I think a lot of these candidates recognize that, and we've actually seen them backing off some of the more extremist positions they may have adopted when they were trying to win Trump's endorsement in the primaries. We've seen a number sort of soften or take away language about denying election results or rigged elections on their campaign websites. Obviously, the Supreme Court decision overturning abortion has been a huge liability. So I think you've seen a lot of them trying to make themselves a bit more palatable, especially for these Senate statewide races.
You can't just...
Anything you want to speak on that? No.
I feel like this election is just going to be super hard.
Yeah.
It's
in 2024, right?
23.
23?
Mm-hmm. Or no, 24.
24.
24.
Right? Yeah.
24. But it definitely is going to, it's hard looking on the downside for the Democrats.
Right. I mean, I wonder, you guys let us know, how do you guys feel about the Trump situation with him having classified documents and what else they call classified documents and top secret documents, you know, things like that. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that. Comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are about that. Why would he have those, you know, at his crib? You know what I'm saying? You know, why would you be holding on to that? You know what I'm saying? I would, you know, I don't know why, but y'all let us know what y'all think about that. But it's gonna be very interesting. Mm-hmm. I can tell you that. Like this election that will be coming up on here in a couple more years, it's definitely gonna be very interesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, if Trump don't run, you know, I'm not quite sure what other candidates out there that's, you know, that had that traction like Trump did. You know what I mean? So we'll see though.
What candidates are out there?
Right.
That we don't know about.
Right. That's in the.
So we can research.
Right.
Look up.
That's in the left or right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
My eyes are bothering me. Yeah, I can barely see.
But y'all let us know what y'all thought about it, man. Comment down below, and let's jump to some shout outs.
Okay. First shout out goes to you okay? Yeah. First shout out goes to Jack Daniel. What's up, Jack Daniel?
Oh shoot, Jack Daniel. What you got? The what is it? The apple kind? The apple flavor, green apple?
Do they have?
Is it green apple? What they have in Jack Daniels?
Really?
Oh, is it honey?
I don't
know. I don't drink Jack Daniels, so I don't know. But anyway, shout out to you, Jack Daniels. Hope you enjoyed that reaction. Let us know what you thought about it. Comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Yes.
And come back and join us for some more.
Yes, come back. Second shout out goes to Orange and Slinky. What's up, Orange and Slinky?
Orange and Slinky. Sound like me. You feel me? Shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed that reaction. Mm-hmm. And y'all come back and join us for some more.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Back.
Anything you want to add?
I have nothing to add.
All right, but we out this day, man.
Yes.
And always make sure you go out your way
to have yourself a beautiful day.
And if you don't, you already know what it is, man. We'll come looking for y'all. Y'all don't want that. You feel me?
Yes,
Peace.
Peace.